Well, it's that time again. After 6 months of 5k and 10k training, I'm finally back for another marathon block. Today is the first hard session of that block, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll let you know which marathon I'm actually targeting. Let's go. So it's Friday the 4th of July, which means that it's exactly 1 year since I posted my first ever YouTube video. 4,000 subscribers later. If we reach 10,000 by the end of the year, I'll release the full uncut version where you can see how awkward I really am in front of the camera. Hello, this is a test. Hi everyone, hello. Should I just be looking at the camera? Does it look weird if I just look at the camera? But reminiscing over, we're on day 1 of marathon training. Today we've got 6 by 3k with 2 minutes recovery. The instructions are to run the first 3 within myself and then run the next 3 with a bit more focus. So I will hope to still keep those first 3 quicker than marathon pace, because the total session volume is only 18k and that 2 minutes recovery, it's not a float or anything, so we're sort of easing back into it. Although it's now been 3 weeks since the 10,000 metres, which doesn't sound like a lot of time to lose fitness. We spent probably 2.5 of those weeks celebrating Charlie's 60th birthday. So not quite sure how this is going to go. It'll be good to get a marker, see where we are about 11 weeks out from the marathon, and that's the only clue you're getting this early in the video. Also, by the way, this is not heat training. This is just Scotland in July. It's raining, it's cold, it's a little bit windy, but we're used to it by now.
What is it?
You just look quite funny dressed like that.
If somebody offered me a pair of gloves in there, I would take them.
So I just finished up the 2 mile warm up. I'm also just sipping on this Morton 320 drink mix. I don't think it's ever too early to practice your fueling and train your gut before a marathon. So starting that today, I've got 2 gels with 40 grams of carbs each, plus Morton 320, which has 79 grams of carbs, I believe. So try and get through all 3 of those before the end of the session. Really try and build up that tolerance. In Valencia, I had a lot of stomach issues, so I actually only had 2 gels for the entire marathon. But I think the carb loading the day before really saved me there. I just physically could not have got any more gels down me because they would just have went in and come straight back out. But going to really focus on that fueling in this marathon block. Make sure that I'm able to get enough carbs down me. Really targeting that 60 to 90 grams an hour, and even going above that if possible. I think a lot of people are even pushing up over 100 grams an hour now. Also, I do have 2 pairs of socks on because my heels got cut running in Boston's on my long run on Sunday, and no amount of plasters seems to help ease the pain, but 2 pairs of socks just gives that extra bit of material between the shoe and my lack of skin on the back of my heel. But I'm going to change into this t-shirt because it's actually not as cold as it seems. I'm sweating a wee bit. My dad just made a face behind the camera.
Right, let's go.
I take back the sweating comment, even though it was like a minute ago. Feels like a very, very rare occasion where it's kind of a crosswind when you're running along by the River Clyde. Usually you get the wind at your back, at least one of them, but I felt like both sides were into the wind. But it's whatever, it's always going to be bad weather in Scotland. And at least hopefully I'll progress through the marathon block. Basically this lap is 1,006 metres, so we will do 3 laps for the 3k and just call it 3k, even though it's 18 metres long.
I'm not sure, it's either the 3rd or the 4th of July 2025. and it's absolutely freezing down here. So yes, it's still going to be done, whether it's cold or hot.
Imagine training for a marathon for the winter in Scotland.
60. It's weird, but it's just relaxing. You're on a bike.
Right, 6 by 3k with 2 minutes recovery. Just hard work. See what the pace comes out at. Where about it go?
Oh, I can't bend right round there, can I?
We'll just see what the pace comes out at in that first lap, and then we'll have a better idea of what's going to happen today. But I felt good warming up, so let's just go. Well, that wasn't great. 9:31. Did not feel that easy. But that's kind of just the reality. You train, you get fitter. You don't train, you get less fit. Gonna have a gel and see if that helps. It's fine. I think you need to just be realistic. If I went and tried on 9:10, because I'm like, I could have ran 9:10 6 weeks ago. God, it would be a long day. It might still be a long day. But I felt like I judged the effort alright there. 2 minutes standing recovery is generous as well. Usually it'd be a K in 3:30. Not quite there yet, but this feels so bad. I'm just not fit enough for it. Anybody who ever says it doesn't get easier, you just get faster. It's not a thing. They've never been fit. Because when you're fit, it's so easy. And like if I was running them in 8:50s, it'd be so much easier than running them now in 9:30s. That was a 9:29, so 2 seconds faster, but about 50% harder. We'll see how this goes, man. You need to start at the bottom so that you can get to the top. It's kind of like this curve where it goes like that.
I just think that you concentrate too much on times, in my opinion. Just try and run. Just get the 3 done in and done, and that's it. As long as they're done.
4 to go.
I know, but get 4 of them at the next 4 in. Times, the conditions, you got to take everything into consideration. It's 1 to 1 day. So
right, I'll just
don't focus on time. Just get them done. 6 of them done, and that's it. That's what I would say. That's what I would do if I was you. I wouldn't care about the times.
Right, don't shout out a split then. Decided in the last second there that I wouldn't even look at my watch at the end of the rep. So I've got no idea what time I'm running. I don't think it was a million miles slower. Like I don't think it was like 10 minutes. But it felt so much better. So I'm just going to keep that effort, get it done, and then I guess I know where I am. Obviously in 11 weeks I'm going to run a marathon about that speed. But we don't think about that, we just take every day as it comes, do the right things, make good decisions, and we'll get better. And if we don't, then there's something seriously wrong, because this isn't great, to be honest.
Sometimes you do listen to your dad, not very often.
I always listen to my dad.
You just don't do what he tells you.
Neutral flavour this time. Four reps done, still just wanting to effort. That one felt a wee bit harder than the third one, but gonna get this done, take my fitness and run with, because one of those days, innit? I'm working now, which is a good thing. There's a difference between working and suffering. Suffering is, oh dear, how am I going to finish this session? Working is, right, a key on this rep to go, let's push on. Oh, wow, am I glad that's done. Jeez. Whew. I must say, I love running more than anything else, but that was not one of those days. But we done it. Let's go and get some shelter and look at the splits.
I don't think you want to look at splits.
That bad. I must say, I felt quite strong in that one.
Aye.
I didn't feel like I was moving, but I felt strong. Let's look at it together, shall we? Before he said anything about not wanting to see the splits, I would have guessed that I started that third rep about 9:45 and get down to like 9:35 by the last one, which I would have been quite happy with. Honestly, at this point, I'm just happy to have got the session done. There was a lot of those first two reps, well, that second rep where I thought it wasn't getting done. Let's see what the damage was. So 9:31, 9:29, which we already know, 9:37, 9:39, 9:42, and 9:35. So actually I was quicker than I thought I was. I'm surprised that I got slower as it went, because honestly felt like I was working harder each time. Like that third rep felt like the easiest rep of the whole session. So for that to be faster than the next two, it's very surprising. And the fact that I can't judge that and don't know that I'm actually slowing shows a lack of fitness, because usually I'd be so like on the ball with that and know exactly what pace I was running and know that I was progressing. But 18k of work and I'm going to be fitter for it, even when the pace isn't quite there. This is the reason why I tell the athletes that I coach not to bother too much about pace, because sometimes it's just not going to happen. I should have been able to run them down towards 9:10 even realistically, but I don't think I could have run 9:10 flat out today. And that's just that, and you need to just judge that effort. You need to just pull it back and make sure it gets done, and don't try and force a speed that's not going to happen. Just going to get a nice 2 mile warm down done now and talk you through the marathon and the plans for the next few weeks once I've had a nice hot shower. Stop. That's wet. Did you enjoy yourself behind the camera?
Nope.
And on that note, we're going to go. My boxers are completely soaked through, which is fine. Oh, you take them off and put them back on again.
What did you take them off for?
Some wee stomach issues. If that's okay with everybody. Right, should we get going?
I think so.
Well, we got it done in the end, and I can be proud of that at least. My dad always says that those tough days are the days that make or break a runner. Anyone can go out and do the session when it feels great, but those days that feel hard from the start are the ones that are going to make you better. And yeah, I feel like I got better today. But anyway, that is enough chat about that. Let's get into the good part. So, the marathon that I'll be running is... Did you get that? It's Berlin. Berlin Marathon. Berlin is honestly just my favourite city in the whole world, so I really can't wait until I can tick off my second marathon major on the 21st of September, which is less than 11 weeks by the time you see this video. I'll be running off the elite start, which is something I'm going to try not to think too much about, but I'm excited, and yeah, I just feel like my heart will always be with the marathon. And I've been really looking forward to this point where I can just have that singular focus on one day. After spending some good time doing different races, sort of here, there and everywhere, we're now just 21st of September, Berlin, marathon, that's it. Nothing else really matters between now and then. And that preparation is going to properly start on Sunday. So I'll be flying out to Font-Romeu for 4 weeks of altitude training, where I'm hopefully going to be able to post a lot of good, interesting videos with some new faces. So if you want to see those videos, then subscribe, and I will see you in Font-Romeu and in Berlin. Cheers!